SeaWorld announced that they plan to phase out their orca program at their San Diego park by 2017. This in response to the declining attendance, to the criticism spurned by Blackfish, this very powerful documentary that talks about the cruelty that entails having this orca entertainment that they thrive on for so many decades. And now, finally, in a paper that the CEO published before a sales call for the investors, they plan that in the future they will rebrand themselves. This whole orca program is going to change because now they're going to have one that is informative and is carrying a conservation message, inspiring people to act.
So not the moral issues of the decades of using these mammals in the way that they have. It's ticket sales that are motivating their decision, but of course we're going to highlight conservation because we can't acknowledge that it was ticket sales that's impacted our decision. I understand there are 11 parks in the U.S.
Yes.
Do we know if there are any abroad, and if so, is there a policy shift there, or is it just the U.S.?
No, they have 11 parks total. 3 of them are SeaWorld branded, where they have orca shows. And this document only talks about San Diego. And why San Diego? Because that's where, in California, they have the strongest critics. They also, right now,
activism.
the most
so
activism in California. But not only that, they were planning this $100 million renovation to the orca environment. And that was presented to the California Coastal Commission that came back and said, we'll allow you to do this renovation, but you have to agree to phase out the breeding of orcas as part of this permission. So they decided that their orca program, at least in California, was dead. We know that Representative Adam Schiff of Burbank is planning to introduce federal legislation banning the breeding of orcas for entertainment.
Okay.
So basically, they're killing the orca show program that SeaWorld was famous for, and they're already doing damage control. They're trying to rebrand the California experience, but we don't know what's going to happen in other places like, Orlando or San Antonio, where they might not have such an organized movement of animal rights activists.
Right. So do we know also if they're going to continue exploiting other mammals, or is it just the orca aspect that they're going to focus conservation efforts on and sort of rebrand? So they're going to continue exploiting everybody else.
They have the luxury to just reduce themselves to, addressing the orca situation. But I like the point that you make, that the whole profit machine that SeaWorld has become is because of the relying of these mammals that they just train and they mistreat in order for people to go and have a thrill of being close to these wonderful animals. But after Blackfish, I think that's kind of going down the drain, and people are learning the truth about the conditions that these animals should live in nature compared to the little boxes that they live in captivity. But I'm happy to see that finally SeaWorld has to adjust their strategy. Hopefully they really see the good in completely canceling their mammal-based programs and diverting that money into helping the whales thrive in nature. Let us know your comments below, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the Lib TV 2.